I'm talking today to Obi Emelonye, who has made a film called Onye Ozi, which the literal translation is the person who carries the message. It's an Igbo film. Obi, it seems like only yesterday we were talking about Last Flight to Abuja. How come you've made a movie so quickly?
Time flies, Russell. And I work in an industry called Nollywood, a very prolific industry. So it's not really surprising that more than a year after Last Flight to Abuja, we've come up with a project. And also we have to pay the bills.
So what's the story?
Onye Ozi, The Messenger, is a comedy set in London about a young man who comes to the UK with very lofty ambitions, only to realize that there's a huge difference between expectation and reality. And
there's a kind of key incident happens, isn't there?
Yes. A man runs into his welcome party and shot. And while others run away, he decides to go and help this man. And the man gives him an envelope and a bunch of keys. And his 2-year plan to get rich quick and return to Nigeria turns into an adventure that will take him to the edge.
It's a cross-genre film, isn't it? It combines all sorts of different elements.
I will call it an eclectic film. It combines elements of comedy, elements of thriller elements. It combines drama, and I say there's a movement in world cinema towards a more composite filmmaking as opposed to being genre, having clear genre divisions, and it's something that makes films more entertaining without being restricted by genre boundaries.
And it's also an unusual film in that it's going to have its premiere online. Describe to me how this came, why you're doing this, and how it's going to happen.
And I would mention this, that one of the unusual factors of Onye Ozi is that Igbo is the only language spoken in the film. Everybody, including white actors, had to speak the language. And when I say speak, I don't mean one-liners and one-words, having proper conversations in the language. And I had my fingernails burnt trying to teach them the language, not just the sentences and the words. It's the tone of our language, which is very different from the very syllabic English and modern languages. It's more of a sing-song, and getting the actors to understand the difference between singing almost and speaking as you do in English was a chore. But I think that's one of the unique factors of this film. It's very entertaining also to watch a bunch of white guys bite off their tongue trying to speak my ancient language. But we're also doing something unique with the release. We decided to do an online premiere, what we'll call a global premiere. That will be a live aspect of it happening in London, in Camberwell, in a place called Lighthouse on Camberwell Road, SE5. And at the same time, we would have a Google Hangout which shows the red carpet to everybody in the world. And after that, when we are in the screen watching the film in Lighthouse, anybody anywhere in the world can link up with our partners, Iroko TV, Ibaka TV, and Afrinoli to watch the film live, same time, for a small fee.
And the small fee will be how much?
I think it will be $2. It's not a commercial, it's not a money-making thing. I think it's just covering administration. But it's really important that we explore this new opportunity offered by the internet to distribute our content and to maximize our content. And I think this came from the huge success of Last Flight to Abuja on its online release. It's been watched nearly 1.5 million times in a matter of weeks, and it shows that there's a huge appetite for people to watch films online, and we're feeding that, giving them content that is not 5 years old but just hot off the press.
And the chances are that if you got, say, 10,000 people to view it at $2 a go, that's not a bad chunk of change, is it?
Absolutely not. You know, with these things you have to experiment, believe, and be really positive. And we've marketed it to our people and anybody who has any respect for world cinema to say this is a first, this is a unique first coming from Nollywood. In fact, nobody has done it in world cinema to release a film simultaneously in the theater and online. But I think it's the way the future is heading, and it will be nice that we get a head start. And this is an opportunity for anybody who loves African cinema, particularly Igbos out there, anywhere in the world, in America, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, Belgium, wherever, to hook up and watch this film and be part of what is going to be a great movement. But we're very proud and very privileged to be at the forefront of it.
And you're going to have a cinema release in Nigeria in 22nd November?
Yes, after this, the train literally moves to Nigeria, where there will be a premiere and a cinema release. I'm not exactly sure of the dates yet, but watch this space. You will get the information sooner.